Hello guys and girls, it's Greg here again. I'll just do a quick review of this Tiger VK4501 Porsche. This is the one that never went into full production. I think there was only 100 made. Well, the chassis were made, I don't think about the rest of it. And obviously the chassis were gone on to use it with other vehicles. I'm not sure what, but that's a little bit of thing for you there. Yes, 135 scale obviously. It's a Zvezda kit. Kit number 3680, and as you can see it's all in Russian. Not a word of English apart from obviously the Zvezda. On the side of the box is just the usual, you know, colour call out for Zvezda and the Humbrol. All Russian apart from the first line, which is about, you know, small parts and children. On the back, also on the other side, I think that's the tank. It says Zvezda Tank Crew. You can't tell because it's all in Russian again. I presume that's the King Tiger, and I think that's the Yad Panther. I'm sure it's the Yad Panther. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. How many parts has he got? I'm sure he said it only had 100 and... I think it must have somewhere. Let's have a look on the back. Yeah, it might tell us on the back. Ah, here you go. We've got a, you know, a few pictures of actually the main model. It's only got 190 parts, and it's 26.7 centimeters long from end of the gun to the end of the hull. That's quite nice. Slightly different again. The wheels I think are on bogies if I'm not mistaken, which is different again from a normal Tiger. And the rear end is completely different. Completely different. In fact, I think the whole thing's completely. I think the main turret, I think it's more forward as well on this one than the normal Tiger. As I say, I've opened the box to save all the rustle around with paper and things, and I've opened the plastic bag. I'll bring the sprues up next and we'll go through them. Okay. Right. The first sprue we have is the upper hull and lower hull, and these must be the fenders. Yeah, they are the fenders. Quite a nice detail on the fenders. Yeah, you can see, and you see actually the detail on the fenders. It's quite nice. And these grids are, you know, they don't need photo work. That's brilliant. They're really good. The upper hull is fairly plain. A few weld seams. Obviously the filler caps, engine grills. A lot of these things are moulded on, obviously the clamps and things like that. And these lower hull, very basic again. A couple of escape hatches. And that's really all to say about. So a couple of weld seams on. Where are we at? A couple of weld seams. That's about it really. Fairly basic, that one. Well, unfortunately got a cracked tow cable, but I'll be making my own anyhow, so it's no problem. Not much else on that sprue is there? There's no flash. The injector pin marks are all on the inside so far. Yep, so that's no problem. They're all on the inside, so we don't have a problem with that at all. Right, next sprue. Let's see where we are. Oh, dear me. Right, we have obviously the turret. Obviously the gun. It's fairly basic again. But I don't look too bad. Oh, it's two-piece, but get the seam out of that, no problem. Top of the turret. Not much, no detail there. A few weld seams, and that's about it really on there. The mantlet, you've got they're quite nice, the raised bolts on the mantlet. It's quite nice. The sides of the turret, nothing again, it's just very plain, basic, just weld seams. The smaller items are quite, you know, they're quite well detailed actually. Very well, some of them are very well detailed. Hatch covers. Yeah, they all seem to be quite nicely detailed. Machine gun. So, well, obviously that's the one that's inside, that's the ball on the front. You can quite see that. That's not too. It's quite nice, and it could have done with being slide molded and, you know, the hollowed out, but can't have everything, can we? Yeah. Obviously, this is part of the the muzzle inside as well. The breech for the gun, which is nice. That's different. That's different. On that, can you see that? Look at the breech for the gun. Very nice. Yeah, fairly simple. A few small parts. Obviously, they got the hammer and grab handles and the shovel, the jack, cupola. Cupola's quite nice. That's quite nicely detailed. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at the next sprue. This is the big one. This is the one. There's only 3 sprues. 3 sprues. And obviously this is all the running gear. Yeah, this is just all the running gear. It's quite nicely detailed. Yeah. Could maybe slightly raised again inside there, but it's, you know, the wash should bring all them out. That's no problem. Can you maybe make that out? They're not too bad. It'll focus. They're not too bad. And the other ones? They're not too bad. A lot of small parts in here. Obviously we've got all the running gear, suspension arms to make up the bogies by the looks of these things here, which is a bit different for what do you think of a Tiger? Oh, this return. Oh, very nice. Sprocket there for the running gear, quite nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. That as well. Can we get that into there? They're quite nicely detailed. Back and front, which is unusual. And that again, it's unusual to have them sprockets back and front like that. Nothing else on there really. It's all the small parts and say grab handles again, and obviously this must be the side skirt again for the top of the hull. Yeah, different. That's different again. Interesting. Quite looking forward to building this actually. Completely different to a normal Tiger. Right, that's the 3 sprues. So we must have, let's have a look what else we've got in the bottom. The usuals of Vesda tracks. Let's have a look at these tracks. People complain about these tracks. You know, to be perfectly honest, these are very nice. They really are quite nicely moulded. Yeah, they're quite nice. Yeah, even the inside of the guide horns. There's no injector pin marks anywhere on there. Yeah, the guide horns are pretty nice. They're pretty nice tracks actually. The usuals of Vesda into 2 parts, 3-4 parts on here actually, with the small ones obviously go around the running gear and the sprockets. But yeah, the actual tracks are, yeah, they're very nice. Yeah, nothing wrong with them at all. Nothing at all. Yeah. Like I say, no flash, no nothing. Yeah, well, we're using them. There's no point in buying aftermarket stuff when you've got a perfectly good set of tracks there to use. Yeah, there'll be nothing wrong with them. They'll be used without a shadow of a doubt. And let's have a look at the instructions. Well, finally the instructions. Let's see what's... anybody can read Russian? Please let me know, because it's all in Russian. Not an English word anywhere apart from scale and Zvezda. Obviously this must be a bit of history about it, but I couldn't tell you what it says obviously for what's in Russian. Let's have a look at what we've got inside here. Obviously at the first page we've got 3 sprues, sprue map, Obviously the first thing to do is use the bogies for the running gear and building and assembling the hull, and then start putting the sprockets and the wheels on. Nothing, no two attacks in there, fairly straightforward. Tracks, obviously then I always leave the tracks till probably last, but I'll probably have to put them on before I put the side skirts on and the fenders on step 5, but we shall see. We'll see when we get there. Then again, the low part count is everything fairly straightforward. Actually quite clear instructions really. Actually telling you where they go, not just the usual Zvezda. Sometimes it's a little error and the part number and the blurred, blurred picture of the part you put in. This is quite clear. You can tell what part's apart, what part's apart. Yep, right. Well, there's only 8 steps, which is fairly straightforward again, isn't it? There's not 8 steps to build this. Obviously you've got the turret and gun on there, and obviously all the small parts that need to go on the turret basket. And then we have the colour call out, which is a Zvezda and Humbrol, and actually we've actually got the colours. I've got gunmetal, rust, white, black, natural wood and dark grey. Obviously this was that was all it was. There's no markings, there's no decals, but I'm tempted to do something completely different with it altogether. Yeah, I know it won't be correct. I know it'll be, people would say, oh well, they weren't built for that. There's no camouflage. There's this. There's no. They didn't have any decals. They didn't have any, no markings. They weren't assigned to any unit. I don't really care. I'm building it. I'll do what I like. Yeah, so I probably will do something slightly different instead of this, the grey. And I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. No. Oh, it says in the box that the kit mustn't be sold outside the USSR, so I'm waiting for the KGB to knock on my door today. Which I found unusual written on the box, but there you go. Okay, so this is Greg signing off, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.